and it's gonna blow your dang mind as we get into this game. Seed 173 coming out from Blaizzy, had strong performances lately. Even that gold medal, that was a last chance qualifier win. That wasn't even like a major tournament, but Blaizzy has made his way all here, trying to represent the US West servers.
Yeah, man. Blaizzy said, I'm about to show up and show out, and that's exactly what he's doing here. Potentially trying to break into a top 8 here. But he does have to go up against MegD, seasoned player here. I will say, I haven't got a chance to see a lot of Blaizzy's matches, or any of them at all. I haven't seen them on stream, at least when I was commentating. So this is nice to, fresh to see how my man is playing, what actually got him here to this point. Now you're going up against MegD, though. You're going to have to do a little chase down here if you want to get this W.
You're exactly right, though. It's been a minute since we've seen Blaizzy. Last tournament he played in was Spring Championship 2022. He's been on that multiverses grind, which he's also made himself a known entity, a threat in. This time, Blaizzy is a little bit behind MegD, who's starting to set up that edge guard, side stick over the stage. No, sees that spear coming, and actually gets bonked by it on the head. Neutral air, juggle opportunities for Blaizzy. No, back to the ground.
Ooh, okay, Blaizzy actually throwing out quite a bit of options there, but not getting punished for any of them, and ends up finding that neutral air. Very close, good dodge right there from MegD. If he had dropped down or fast fell into that, that was pretty sure that was going to be stopped like easily. But has to find, again, both these guys have to find that final hit. Unarmed MegD is going to go find his sword. It's been his pride and joy right now. Oh, the weapon toss, though. The recovery directly into it. Good stuff to MegD, recognizing what Blaizzy was going to do out there.
So in the Kinda game previously, we talked about Kinda struggling to find his way in on the Asuri pick with the Katars because of that range difference compared to Radish's orb. Now the range is really going to favor Blaizzy here. Has both bow and spear, but MegD is doing a great job of either waiting for Blaizzy to attack and punishing while being in the outside of the effective range, or just straight up finding his way back in the far left side of that neutral air. Now the far right side of the sword neutral air. MegD is making such good use of the range that sword has, even though it falls a little bit short compared to spear and bow.
Yeah, but I mean, as you said, he's been able to weave in and out, also been able to whip punish quite a bit. Okay, let's go to the punish. Oh, nice. Okay, Blaizzy getting a little extra damage as well. Want him to see it. A little gravity catch sig action up there, but he is kind of hurting right now as far as damage goes. He's not been able to put too much onto MegD, who, one of the things I am kind of starting to notice about MegD is like a lot of these dodges, he's always dodging up. And I don't know if Blaizzy has not caught up on to that yet, but I've seen quite a bit of like, oh, let me get out of here, up dodge. That should be enough. He didn't even sweat beats. I think he just knew it was not going to make it, so he's like, you know what, let me get out of here. Back onto his last stock. No weapon in hand. MegD, once again, I mean, must have known that that weapon's going to be up there. The Brawlhalla God's blessing, but not blessing enough as he is, as Blaizzy is still able to get it.
Yeah, since you're talking about MegD jumping around a lot, if we're thinking about, yo, nice one there, Blaizzy picks it up. But if we're talking about the vertical threat, I feel like Spear's vertical threat, like, is the recovery, but there's a lot of time to punish that one.
Right.
So it's not the strongest in the straight up region where MegD's spending a lot of time. Even in the 45-degree range, if we're talking about Spear D-Light can be a risky move. That's the 45-degree angle option that Blaizzy seems to be going with to deal with MegD.
Genuinely, I like that little combination he's getting right there. Like, it seems like an early damage racker. And I mean, I don't know if it's true, but it's looking kind of true. Very quick with it. Blaizzy, though, kind of fighting their way back into this game, but MegD has been solid throughout. Has not faltered much. I think there's been, little dips and valleys here on the side of Blaizzy, but MegD has been a straight plane, straight through.
MegD starting to struggle here. Blaizzy has a nice little lead. There comes the juggle opportunities. Doesn't find the punish after that neutral air. Again, MegD is not able to punish these neutral airs from Blaizzy. Back-to-back in-lights. The punish game from MegD is not there.
It's not happening at all. MegD, again, you can see the thought process. You can see the wheels turning off of the side lights, just not actually pulling the trigger or anything after that. Back into the sword, though, and just does it.
High-stakes tournaments is going to favor MegD 100% compared to Blaizzy.
Blaizzy, as you said, though, this season player in multiple games is looking pretty good here. They look great in multiverses. And I mean, side note on all things considered, I always say that when it comes to other games, the Brawlhalla players will always be at top at some point in time. So that has been held true. But trying to see who's going to be the top of this set right now, as MegD was able to take that first one over to the Fortress Alliance. but I don't know if Blaizzy's going to figure out what he needs to do. Blaizzy wasn't too far behind, to be completely honest.
I was expecting that instant to come out a lot earlier than it did.
Yeah.
That's usually what the Kaya player goes for, is they're just going to rip that one off the top. That's going to be a neutral light punish. MegD turning that one around. It's the 3-piece. Doesn't find the 4th. Man, these side airs, Blaizzy's spacing just isn't quite up to par compared to MegD's.
Yeah, no. I mean, MegD has definitely been dancing around Blaizzy a little better than Blaizzy has been able to dance around Meg, but there is still some. Whoa, okay. That was interesting, and it worked out though. But like normally when you see something like that, you expect to see the neutral or the recovery. But no, he goes for the down there, and it actually does work out. Probably throwing MegD off a little bit too. It's like, wait, you went for that, and it worked out.
Yeah. Because the neutral heavy G-Seed and the recovery are both true options.
Right.
So no one's ready to press a dodge there until they get hit by that second hit to try and dodge away from the blast zone.
Right.
So he just completely called that out. I don't know if a recovery would have KO'd. I don't know if a GC in heavy would have KO'd either.
Yeah, that was definitely great awareness there for Blaizzy to find that stock. But I mean, even greater gameplay from Meg to not allow that stock to turn into a lead. Only taking a little bit there, and now back onto. Oh, never mind. Actually, going to keep the gauntlets this time around. I was like, you got to pick up that weapon though first. But standing by a little longer than expected. Does manage to get it though. And now Meg having to deal with the shorter range of the gauntlets against this bow. I'm sure if another sword comes in, he probably would swap out.
Blaizzy finding almost no connections here. Gets a nice punish. He almost got hit by that D-Sig from MegD, but no, he's keeping it coming.
I'd have been watching the last game. That was something that MegD did in his last set with Luna a bit, and to success too. I mean, I think he did it 4 times, and they might have hit 3. So definitely not a bad option to go for. I think Blaizzy, just out of the range to punish that good stuff off the. Oh man, almost off of the ground and into the blast zone.
It was so close to being that dunk that would have possibly taken the stock, would have most likely taken the stock to get that bounce. Oh, he goes back into it. Blaizzy in the lead.
That's how Blaizzy doing the dash up, I think it's down sig, and then that caught MegD as he tried to moonwalk his way back and moonwalk right into that and out of that stock. However, gonna even it up again. MegD not allowing a lead to ever exist.
Has the weapon advantage here. Blaizzy spawning back in, immediately throws out the neutral light. That's going to end his iframes early as he's spawning back in. Bro, Blaizzy's weapon pickups are so strange. He had the delayed one there earlier, then he throws out the neutral light, hits MegD away, waits a second, maybe attempting to try the dodge in reaction, and then he picks up the spear.
At least he has it in his hand. I will get that up for sure, but right back to the hands of Meg is the sword, which, I mean, to me has been more of his pride and joy. He's been doing a lot more gauntlets this time around. That would have been big if he was able to get all the damage off of that. But MegD, one more time, setting up this situation that you see just millions of times by him. Put you off stage and just controlling all that area next to the edge. Uh-oh.
Eli side air setting up for the edge guard.
Disarmed as well. Does manage to slide past him, but just... Blaizzy gonna drop the spear, but keep the bow. And I do think the spear actually got him, I think, more KO, so it's gonna be interesting how he decides to play this one out. Obviously, Azoth has some very good sigs, covering a lot of space, allowed to kind of just throw him out whenever he wants to sometimes.
Bro,
just like that.
I swear, they swapped to another legend with the same weapon, and they're like, oh yeah, I remember how to play this now.
Yep.
And then they start going off, kind of with the sword. Blaizzy's Azoth bow is looking so much better than Pearl. Of course, he has the signatures he's incorporating into this. Now, this is going to be Blaizzy's highest level legend. Has the level 68 Azoth.
Okay, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't want to try to start off with this first, but hey, sometimes he's probably feeling a Pearl. It's probably what he got a lot of his victories with this weekend. So, feeling that or feeling the combination here. But this time around, it's been all bow. I mean, the axe came out for one hit, but so far it's been mostly bow, and he is absolutely destroying. As you said, swap characters, remember how to play. Just jogged his memory somehow.
It's probably the raid that we just got from twitch.tv/Pro Brawlhalla. He's like, oh, we added all those viewers that were watching Sandstorm earlier. Oh yeah, it's time to show up. All eyes are on me. Blaizzy coming out here on the dome with this Azoth, almost a full stock lead. The bow is controlling the ground, controlling the air.
Yeah, this is actually kind of surprising. I mean, I understand the pick of Miami Dome from MegD. He's going to want that space, but Blaizzy is doing a good job of allowing him, denying him the space that he really wants. That's not going to send him anywhere just yet. MegD actually going out for a chance, but not the craziest chance right there. I think if he was able to hit that, that would have been stopped for sure. Okay.
Man, even that didn't send Blaizzy very far, barely off stage. MegD's going to have to find some major damage or a really cheeky pickup if he's hoping for this stock anytime soon.
I don't know where Azov got all this weight being just bones.
I'm telling you, like, he got really dense, but he's been drinking his milk.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, he don't need some milk.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice, MegD.
That's how you punish that for sure. I mean, I was saying, you know, you can throw on a lot of these SIGs. I was thinking more on the bow side of things, but yeah, I mean, Blaizzy, I guess he tried to catch him by surprise. That did not work out. MegD with the immediate spot dodge into the great punish there. And one of these situations, again, where Blaizzy got a stock very early and just was not able to make much of that second stock. This is some decent damage for sure, but not like a hard bleed that he probably could have had, seeing that he took that first stock off of MegD quite some time ago. It's another slow developing game, but you know, it took about a minute between them to get stocks.
And again, we're still seeing MegD go for that neutral air into the gravity cancel, neutral light pickup off the bounce. Bounce passing Blaizzy, dribbling him to himself before getting that second hit. He's been picking that up in orange quite a bit.
Nice. Okay, not able to get the stock off that just yet, but did beat out a recovery at the very least, so keeps himself from taking any damage. Looking for a lot of these neutral airs of the bow. Makes sense though, very strong move for the bow as far as getting vertical KOs. Might not matter though, he's starting to get kind of overwhelmed by MegD, setting up the same position he's been known for pretty much this entire tournament and probably his whole career. Just being able to really be a good edge guarder, slow, methodical edge guarder. Not going to be able to get past that neutral light though, is going to lose that stock.
Talking about methodical, we're also seeing those neutral SIGs start to come out a little bit more from MegD's sword. They haven't made a connection yet, but he also hasn't really been punished. Like, we know how aerially Blaizzy is playing. He's not afraid to go over to those soft platforms, give himself some breathing room. Right now, he's in control of the main stage, but it could easily swap places, especially now that MegD got that stock, has main stage control, but no, MegD's actually going to stay over on those soft platforms. He's going to jump like he's waiting for the weapon, but it's Blaizzy who's actually at the weapon disadvantage. If it throws his axe away, bow comes right to him. That cave, I'm telling you, that's one of the luckiest weapon spawns I've seen. Check him PC. Check him PC right now.
Just really just gave it to him. He's like, hey, I like that you got that hit, man. Here's your reward. Here's a bow. And now, you know, back onto the weapon that's really been giving him a lot of success in this game in particular. It is that bow. But I will say, I don't think MegD has kind of been just resilient. As I said, he's been a flame. He has not really faltered yet. He may take a couple hits here and there, but it doesn't seem like it's shaking his momentum at all.
There's the side light. Is he able to get any reset? No, he ends up taking a hit. It's the neutral light, but again, he's not able to push any of these positions after MegD breaks neutral.
MegD, I'm living by a hair there. I don't think he's able to take another one. He somehow is. How high is this blast zone? Like, I thought that man was for sure gone, but no, he's still living. Should be gone off this one, yes.
He doesn't even need in this elimination qualifier for top 8.
Over to Apocalypse here. I'm a little surprised, to be completely honest. I feel like Blaizzy really benefited from the amount of space that he had there. It felt like that's the thing for MegD, right? But he was the one who got that W there, got a lot more places to play, and I think that helps him out as far as like not getting edge guarded as hard as he has been getting edge guarded. It doesn't matter. But look at this start off right here for Meg though.
And this is what I was talking about, the possibility from the kind of Radish set of like Blaizzy was in control in game 3, and we've seen so many times that it doesn't matter in the long run. It did in the kind of set. It might not here with the way MegD is playing. Absolutely clean.
Doesn't even need the downline. He already knew he did the damage, gets the recovery from the ground, takes the stock. My man Blaizzy looks needing to get another weapon here, but Meg not hearing that, not allowing that at all. Okay. Step, swap side. That was a great swap. Side swap there from Meg. Got the weapon on the left, got the weapon on the right too. Weapon coming back to the left, and Blaizzy is gonna not pick it up.
Oh my gosh, and MegD's gonna grab it. He extended the string with 2 hits from the sword, retreated back over to the weapon spawn. Blaizzy finally getting this bow, hoping he's gonna get a fresh drink of water, but I don't think so. It seems like it's poison.
Yeah, I don't, man. Blaizzy has been, definitely took a little more damage than he needs to so far to get this this weapon, but hopefully now that he's got it in his hand, you know, was able to make something happen. He's got to get something going for him because he's already hurt on this second stock. Meg not even really threatened to get off this stock yet unless he finds a good sig somewhere. Look at these neutral players sending absolutely nowhere.
That seems to be his main knockout tool, and that's, if you're looking at the stats from last game, 669 damage from Blaizzy. He got the W, but he has to add up so much damage. That's because neutral air is one of his main KO tools. It's not really the most efficient KO move. Adding in the defense of Val, you're seeing it right now. His signature usage was incredible before, but MegD seems to have that figured out, and he almost has a 2-stock lead figured out.
Yeah, I think her base defense is 6, right? So like I feel as though even with that being said, if he decided to go 7, cool, whatever, right? But 6 is still a pretty high defense for the, and you can definitely see how it's really benefiting Meg here. Meg finally losing that stock and almost coming back in immediately to go ahead and say, like, let me get that lead back. Now Blaizzy has to do what Meg has been doing the entire time and denying a solid lead here. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do such. Throws his weapon away, back onto the axe. Sure that he wants his bow back, but because the axe really has not been benefiting him too much. Yeah.
Instantly punished.
Man.
Oh my gosh. MegD keeping almost a full stock lead here. The potential for the 3-1 from MegD, ending this US West player time here in the BCX World Championship 1v1 bracket. MegD looking to move on, looking to close out this final stock.
Yes, MegD once again. I mean, just like he's pretty much, you know, back and forth, rubber banding, if you will. With the
brother!
The damage is racking up. The pressure is definitely racking up on Blaizzy. He has to make something happen right here, right now. It is taking a little bit of time for him to find any type of damage. We're not getting that though. MegD says, "You got."